guys, welcome to the Ramel HD channel and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be playing Football Manager. However, we're not going to be using Manchester United, we are going to be using Tottenham Hotspur. So in this video I am going to be tackling the job as Tottenham Hotspur manager. I'm going to try and rebuild them over a couple of seasons. Yeah, I know I don't normally use other teams on this channel, but I thought let's not restrict this channel to just Manchester United. Let's broaden the horizons and yeah, let's see if I can take on the job elsewhere and see if I can do a really good job of it as well. So this idea was suggested to me in one of my previous videos, so shout out to Big Papa Gamers. Check out his channel, he's also new to YouTube as well. So yeah, head over to his channel, show him some love, subscribe, like his videos and drop some comments there too. So we are using the updated version of Football Manager, which I'm really happy to be using. There's a lot of new players, new faces, new tweaks to the actual database as well. So yeah, a lot of competitions will have a different layout and a different setup. What I also like to do, I like to start late in my saves, as late as possible. So I think this is probably the earliest I've ever started a save in the cycle. So I started 20th of December 2021. The reason why I like to do that, I like everything to be established. I also like to have that little two-core effect where you join late, the team's doing bad, and you end the season doing well. But yeah, as you can see, we are 6th place on the table. Okay, let's take a look at the squads now. As a United fan, I always wondered how have Tottenham not gone leaps and bounds beyond their potential from when they were with Pochettino. And yeah, they still have a really good side. They're just always managed by people that can't handle the dressing room or don't know how to manage this particular squad. So I will be trying to build a team around Harry Kane if he does want to stay. If he doesn't want to stay for this rebuild, I already have a price tag on him, 116 million. That's if people want to come in for him. I don't want to push him out the door. He is the vice captain. I did have the honor of giving him vice captain. Loris remains captain. But yeah, I'm waffling about stuff that don't matter at the moment. Big Papa Gamers also suggested a tactic that I should use within this rebuild. We are going to be using 4-3-3. We're going to try to implement an attacking style of play. This is going to consist of having a deep line forward as Harry Kane, which is his favourite position, 2 inverted wingers, which is set on attacking, 2 supporting midfielders, a box-to-box and an advanced playmaker, 1 ball winning midfielder. We do have 2 wingbacks as well, alongside 2 central defenders and a regular goalkeeper who's set on defending. So in terms of my in possession tactics, I have asked my players to play a bit more narrow. We are going to pass into space a lot more. Passing directness is going to be set to standard. We are going to try keep the tempo high with expressive creative players as well in the side. In transition, we are going to try to counter. We're going to try to distribute the ball quickly with the goalkeeper, but we aren't going to counter press. We're not going to run our team into the ground. That's how you get injuries, and that's how you have Harry Kane out for a whole season. So our possession, we are going to try to mark tightly, also use offside traps and press slightly more often. So as you can see, we do have 8 out of 9 coaches. We have 3 out of 4 performance analysts. So we are going to try to negotiate with Daniel Levy about that number. We're going to try asking for a bit more once I establish myself and can make requests. So with the recruitment team now, we are lacking severely. We don't have a technical director. Chief of Scout is not there. 6 out of 12 scouts. We also have 1 out of 5 recruitment analysts, and we have no loan manager at all. So in terms of the first team, we are lacking in staff members. So if I just take you over to the under 18 staff as well, we are severely lacking. I need to get in a technical director and go through potential people that can come in and help me run this club a bit better. And it's the same story with the under 23s as well. We have no medical staff whatsoever. So I don't know what's going on here, but there's a lot that needs fixing. Okay, so we're going to talk about expectations now. So they want me to qualify for the Champions League, also reach the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, reach the final of the ECL. Let's see if we can bag that by the end of the season. And we're already knocked out of the Carabao Cup, so we do have quite a challenge on our hands. In terms of their club visions, let's take a look. So as you can see, the expectations in terms of their vision is for me to play entertaining football, play attacking football, develop players using the club's youth system. What youth system? We don't even have coaches. So that's the end of the intro. Now let's head over to the end of the season. Okay, so we're at the 30th of May 2022. So just to give you guys a heads up, I am not feeling too good at the moment. I am under the weather, but we're going to push through this. So as we already covered before, we barely had any staff members in the club at all. So I've delegated most of the higher end to this technical director called Rudy Chapman. He is a regen, he is not real, so don't go searching for him and you'll save. We do have a really good technical director on our hands as well. He's got a 4-star reputation. He's also got a 19 judging staff ability and 18 in negotiations. So that means he's going to find the best staff members that are available out there, whether it's poaching them from other clubs or if they're free agents. So yeah, I've delegated most of the tasks to him, like finding new staff members, also contract renewals as well. If you don't delegate some of these things to your other staff members, then you're just going to have a pile of responsibilities on your hands, and that's when the game is not really fun to play. So we did go into January really bare bones. I didn't realize that Ndombele was out on loan and Lo Celso was out on loan. Yeah, shows how much I know about Tottenham and things that's going on in football in real life. I've been living under a rock, if I'm honest with you, all this isolating and stuff. But yeah, we ended up signing Isco on loan. I won't lie to you, I regretted it, but it was the best that we had in that market. He was probably the most adequate player that I could find that was probably running down on his contract and also available for a loan move, because I barely had any money given to me when I first joined. Next, we did end up signing Arthur for 2.6 million. Like, what the hell is going on at Juventus? Every save I do in general, Arthur's always up for sale for like a really low price. So as you can see, he ended the season with a 6.71. That's his average rating. Only 2 assists in the league and 10 appearances. Altogether, he got 6.68. Okay, so what you guys came here for was for the results. So as you can see, have been up and down. So I did join after that Liverpool match. Ended up winning 3-1, 4-1, losing 4-0 to Chelsea. That's a thumping. We also lost 2-1 to United. Bounced back against Crew Alexander with a 2-1 win in the FA Cup. Drew 1-1, drew 0-0. Lost 1-2-1 twice, and ended up going on a little bit of a losing streak for 2 games. So 2-0 against United in the FA Cup 4th round, so you already know I've been knocked out. And we lost 5-0 against Liverpool. They're always doing me something dirty on this game. I'm just telling you that from now. So against Liverpool, as you can see, everybody had a stinker. Like, this has been the common theme throughout the season. A lot of inconsistencies in the side. No matter who we were playing against, even if we were playing against a team that's battling relegation, I struggled to actually get wins. Harry Kane had a period where he was struggling to get goals as well. So I had to figure out ways to adapt my playing style to try to suit the club. So one thing that didn't help throughout the last 6 months of my time at Tottenham was the team cohesion. We barely had any cohesion within the squad. It's only good now because of the outcome of the season, which we will get to later on in the video. But for the majority of this season, we were on bad cohesion. The atmosphere was always around this bit, or if I did something wrong in a team talk or said something wrong, it will be hovering around here to up to here. The managerial support, obviously, because I'm an inexperienced manager, it wasn't good until yeah, things got good. And as you can see, there's a lot of unhappy people in the side at the moment. Scarlett, I couldn't afford to loan him out, so I rejected a lot of loans for him. Rondon expected game time despite being really lackluster. So with Ben Davies, I did play him a lot. However, he just wants a new challenge, which I am going to welcome that, because yeah, I don't think he's good enough to play for a team like Tottenham, and I don't think he's good enough to make the cut for a side that's hitting top 4. So eventually I had to adapt my style during the 6 months. Eventually I ended up playing wide football, going a bit more direct, asking them to be expressive. I can't remember if that was already highlighted. So yeah, we did switch up our style of play quite a bit. Had a lower line of engagement with the defense. We also asked them to get stuck in a bit more, and it did actually have an effect on the output in goals. However, it did backfire in terms of conceding goals. So speaking of conceding goals, that brings me to the data hub. So if we just take a look at the data hub now, you already know I don't have positive things to say. We were really inconsistent in getting goals. As you already know from my other saves, I do like this being above 2, and I do expect to create a lot of chances, which is something we barely did throughout the course of the season. Expected goals per game was quite low most matches. Also conceding goals as well was on a high. There were times where we conceded 5-0, as you already seen. We got thumped 4-0 against Chelsea. And even in the ECL, teams did put up a really big fight against us and really embarrassed us at times. Okay, so another thing I want to talk to you guys about is the facilities. Yeah, I have made a few strides with Daniel Levy in order to get the club to act like a club, act like a football club, not a business. Because yeah, this club is really business oriented. They do like the commercial side of things. So yeah, I've asked them to increase the junior coaching budget. Youth recruitment has improved ever so slightly, but it was a struggle throughout the season to get them to actually do it. They didn't actually start building on the club until I would say April. So from December up until April, I kept requesting for them to sort out the youth facilities, sort out the training facilities, also sort out the junior coaching. But he just didn't grant me that wish. Even asking them to try and increase the amount of coaches we have and increase the physios and stuff like that was a real struggle. So yeah, we did really well to come out on the other end unscathed at the end of the season. Okay, one other thing I do want to talk to you guys about is the club. So I feel like a lot of these players are luxury players without being luxury. So yeah, there'll be times where players were in training, not doing well. I'll tell them about it and then they'll just tell me I'm wrong. So yeah, there was a bad attitude within the squad for the majority of the season, which makes me think there's a lot of people that I definitely want to get rid of and a lot of things I do want to clamp down on. And one thing that should have been a bad sign, I know at the beginning of this video I did say they had a really good squad, but one thing that is a bad sign is the fact that they have a lot of loan first team players. So you have a lone second choice keeper, a lone first team starting 11 centre back. I loaned in this guy, he was terrible. Kulusevski's on loan. I had to loan in Isco. So having too many players on loan in your side and you're trying to battle for Champions League, that's not really a good look. And on top of that, it's bad for cohesion and it's bad for basically social grouping within the side. Okay, so we spoke about a few things. Let's speak about how the season ended overall for us. So as you can see, we ended up scraping top 4 at the end of the season. We ended up ending the season with 75 points on the table. United, I think they drew their last game of the season against Norwich, 1-1, and yeah, they failed to hit top 4 because of that draw. And yeah, we kind of got lucky, I won't lie to you. We spent the majority of the season hovering around 8th and 7th. I feel like the last few set of games ended up pushing the team to actually get the top 4 position over the line. Even though I said we struggled to create chances, Harry Kane still managed to get top goal scorer this season. So if we just take a look at the Premier League stats, he was joint top goal scorer with Calvert-Lewin with 21 goals. I should also add he ended the season with 37 goals in all competitions as well. So yeah, he is still at his peak in his career. He is doing quite well. He ended the season with the highest average rating within our squad. That was 7.26. Heung-min Son, he got the most assists within the side. He did well. Best passing completion was Christian Romero. But I won't lie to you, I won't be making this deal permanent. 1, he's too pricey. And 2, I think for the price that's going to cost me, he's very mediocre. Okay, so on to future signings now. This is one guy we are going to sign, Edson Alvarez. He plays for Ajax. He can play as a CDM and a centre back. So I'm going to be using him as a ball playing defender. He does have decent stats as a ball playing defender. And also the price that I paid for him is really good. If you know me from my previous, well not my previous, it's still ongoing. If you know me from my save with Man United, I do like a bargain. So we paid 7.5 million up front and it can eventually rise up to 16 million. Which brings me over to Gabriel Barbosa, which is the same thing. We're paying 2.3 million up front and it can rise up to 24.5 million. So Gabriel Barbosa is a guy that he was tipped to be like the next Neymar years ago. He ended up joining Inter Milan. He didn't have a good spell there. He did have a few loans in between. He had a loan with Benfica. He went back to Santos, went on loan to Flamengo, went back to Inter Milan and then made his deal permanent with Flamengo. So he hasn't really enjoyed a really good time outside of Brazil. However, I do still believe that he could be the guy to help us push for top 4 and also instill a different kind of mentality within the squad. Instead of building the whole attack around Harry Kane, We can obviously still continue to use Kane. However, we don't really want our vocal point to just be Kane. I do want other ideas, other options. So if things aren't working, I do need to bring in a different player, someone that has a different style of play. I feel like Barbosa will help push Kane as well. He is, like I said so many times, he's different. He's got good dribbling, good first touch, good finishing. Kane obviously has all of these in abundance, but I don't think he's the best dribbler. I don't think he's pacey, which Barbosa has. He has pace. However, the only thing that concerns me is his decision making and his work rate, because those are things I do expect within my side. Okay, let's talk a bit about my top target, which is Houssem Aouar. I feel like he'll be a really good player in my side. I do need an advanced playmaker, someone that can be in the side week in, week out, and still maintain the quality. So with Aouar, I think he's going to probably cost me around 35 to 40 million. I know it says 25 to 31 million, but I know if I do put in a bid for him, they are going to probably take the mick. Especially the fact that he has interest elsewhere from Arsenal, so they're probably going to create some sort of bidding war. If the board does give me a good amount of money, I will try to invest in the midfield a bit more, and also a winger, because we are going to lose Kulusevski because he's only here on loan. So now that I mentioned the winger, this is the guy that I probably will go in for in the summer in order to bolster the strength on that right hand side. We do still have Lucas, and we do still have Bergwijn, who can play on both wings. However, I want someone that's an out and out right winger, someone that's talented and someone that has a lot of growth to basically add to their game. And, at the moment, Tottenham, no offense to Tottenham fans, they are known as bottlers. So when I say the current position I'm in, I'm talking about being a top 4 club, meaning we are going to be trying to challenge for top 4 next season. I know we finished top 4, and sometimes you have to raise expectations once you've achieved one thing, but my thing is maintaining it. There's no use in getting top 4 and then trying to push to win Champions League. In my opinion, it's really unrealistic to just about scrape top 4 and then expect this group of players to go on and win the title next season. I mean, if we are given it a good go next season, I will push for the title, but I am going to keep expectations realistic for myself, which is something that can be considered as a plague for Tottenham fans. I feel like once they achieve a certain thing, I feel like they go on to like the next extreme and expect the team to achieve the next extreme. So with that being said, now I do want to try and push for the FA Cup next season, and also get top 4, maybe push for another trophy, possibly Carabao Cup, keeping the expectations very simple. So what you got to remember is I took over a club that was 6th place on the table. They barely had any star members. Harry Kane was certain that he wanted to leave, and there's a lot of underlying problems going on, so it's really unrealistic to try and push for the title next season or make it to the Champions League final. Okay, so this is the last piece of news. This is how I'm going to end this episode. We're going to end it on a really positive note. So Tottenham haven't won a trophy since I think 2008. I think it was the League Cup. Well, just know that that streak has ended with a win against Lokomotiv Moscow 3-0 in the ECL final. So we got a goal from Winks, and Scarlett got a brace towards the end of the game, which is fantastic for this guy's confidence, because I did snub him throughout the season to play Harry Kane, who ended up giving me a 6.3 in the final. As you can see, even though we ended up winning convincingly, there was a lot of unconvincing performances out there. So we had a 6.6 from Højbjerg and Arthur. By the way, Højbjerg was a star this season. The only issue I have with him is his disciplinary issues. He's always getting sent off, and he's always flying into challenges. Ben Davis got a 6.6 as well, and like I mentioned earlier, Harry Kane got a 6.3. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this rebuild for the first season at least. There is obviously going to be a second season. I've enjoyed actually playing as a different team. I know I do play as United a lot, so I thought maybe it's the right time to actually broaden this channel up and not restrict it to United fans. So yeah, definitely shouts out to Big Papa Gamers for actually giving me the idea to do this video. Also, there is going to be a second season coming of this rebuild with Tottenham. I have enjoyed it. Yeah, I probably sound really monotone and look like I'm not bothered, but I'm telling you, it's just because I'm ill. But yeah, I really enjoyed using the side. Despite there were many times I was just thinking in my head, like, this team is so bad, it's terrible. These are some stuck-up players that haven't won anything. But yeah, we made it in the end. We secured top 4. We finally broken that the trophyless streak for Tottenham. There's a lot of ideas I have for this series at the moment. There's a lot of players that I just have in the back of my head that I can think of that can help improve this side. So have your say in the comment section below as well. Do you feel like my man management skills need to improve? Because yeah, I've always got people complaining about something in the dynamic section, whether it's with United and it's moved over to Tottenham. Also, let me know what you think of the future signings and Gabriel Barbosa, Edson Alvarez. Do you feel like I could have gotten someone better? Do you feel like I made the best of a bad situation? Because I don't really have money to spend. I'm basically spending money for the future because there's a lot of add-ons in those deals. So what do you think about my top target? Do you think I can find something better than or do you feel like or is just about right? And to be fair, it is a realistic signing because Tottenham do have like high profile signings from time to time, and I feel like he's a player that fits the profile of the squad. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, drop some comments below, and share this video with anybody that enjoys Football Manager content. So follow me on Instagram as well. I'll be letting you guys know what's going on with my status in terms of posting, whether I'm going to upload, whether I'm premiering a video, whether I'm ill like this. And yeah, just to give you guys an update whether I'm going to be active or not. So I'd like to thank you guys as well for making this far if you have watched this video, and also like to thank people that consistently watch my videos as well. Leaving likes, leaving comments, it all motivates me just to see the numbers and see the comments. Yeah, like I said, it's really motivating. So I hope to see you in another episode of this series, or I hope to see you in another video. Goodbye for now.